So in the previous segment, we have seen the application of dimensional analysis. Now it's the time to extend the same discussion and see the third application of dimensional analysis, and that is the deducing relation among various physical quantities. Now, the concept of dimensions can be used to find out how various physical quantities depends upon each other. So how do so? That we are going to find out with the help of a question. Now the question says, if an object of mass m moves in a uniform circular motion, a force F acts on it whose direction is always towards the center of the circular path. If this force depends upon mass, speed v of the object and radius r of the circular path, find an expression for F. Now, this formula or this method that we are going to do is having some limitation. This limitation is that a physical quantity can maximum depend upon three factors, otherwise it cannot be solved by this particular method. So let's proceed by this certain method. Now in this question, it is being mentioned that force which is acting on the system is actually depending upon mass. So we can assume that force is directly proportional to mass to the power a, and along with we can also imagine that force is directly proportional to velocity to the power b, and then we can imagine that force is directly proportional to radius to the power c. Now the A quantity, B quantity, C quantity, all the three values are unknown to us, and if we are able to find out, we can deduce a relation or the expression of force which contains mass, speed and radius of the circular path. Now how to proceed with that? If I combine these three proportionality relations, I would be getting F is directly proportional to mass to the power A, velocity to the power B, radius to the power C. And if I remove the proportionality sign, F is equal to alpha times m to the power a, velocity to the power b, r to the power c. So this is the main formula that we are going to proceed, where alpha is actually a proportionality constant. Now this alpha we need not to take care, because if I write down the dimension of both the quantities, this alpha is actually a dimensionless constant I have taken. So it's a dimensionless constant, because all the dimensional parameters are being adjusted into mass, velocity and radius. I hope this is clear to you. Now what is going to happen? I am going to do the dimensional analysis of this equation. So dimensional analysis. Now on the left hand side, if I see, I have the force. So what is the dimension of force? It is simply mlt minus 2. Now if I talk about the dimension of mass, velocity and radius, I can write down the respective values. So on the right hand side, I have dimension of mass to the power a, then dimension of velocity, tell me it is lt minus 1 to the power b, then radius we have dimension l to the power c. Now if this is the final equation we have, the dimension of left hand side and dimension of right hand side should be equal. So in order to maintain the consistency of a physical relationship, it should be dimensionally correct, and in order to proceed that, dimension of left hand side should be equal to dimension of RHS, because it should be dimensionally consistent. So in order to make an equation dimensionally consistent, the dimension of LHS should be equal to the dimension of RHS. So this is mlt minus 2 is equal to m to the power a, then lt minus 1 to the power b, then L to the power c. Now we can reshuffle these expressions a little bit and then sort out what are the powers on the left hand side and right hand side for mass, length and time. So here m value is 1, length value is 1, time value is minus 2 on the left hand side. Now here if I see, the mass value has a power a, then length has a power of b plus c, and then time has a power of minus b. I hope this is clear to you. Now on the simple comparison from both the sides, a value can be simply written as 1, then b plus c can be written as 1, and minus b can be simply seen as minus 2. So from this I can have b value as 2 and a value is 1, so I can substitute over here. So b plus c is 1, b is 2, 2 plus c is 1 will give me c value as minus 1. So ultimately I have got a value as 1, then b value as 2 and c value as minus 1. And then I can go to this final formula. So what do we have? We have the formula that F is equal to alpha times mass to the power A, velocity to the power B, radius to the power C. Substituting all the values, F is equal to alpha times m to the power 1, v to the power 2, radius to the power minus 1. So F is equal to alpha times mv square by r. So this is the equation we were actually searching for, and this alpha will depend upon the question. So it will require certain values to be given to you, because then only we can write down the value of this